salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and this is, as the sign says, the haul of all the books that I picked up in the month of May. It's been a very busy month of May for me, which is why I hadn't been able to do a single video the entire month of May. With the end of school, gearing down for summer vacation, trying to figure out, things around the house. It's just a whole lot. So I didn't get to do a weekly haul at all during the month. So I do have a stack as well as a graded book that I picked up that I want to share as well. But first, let's just jump into these books. There's a whole hell of a lot of books here. Some of them I do want to talk about. And let's just get into it. Starting with at the beginning of the month, of course, we had Free Comic Book Day. There's been fewer and fewer books that I've been interested in. I remember, decades ago, I used to get everything Free Comic Book Day. And then I switched to just getting the books that interested me the most. And then I would go back, if there was stuff left, then I would go back and grab other titles. But now it's just, I'm just strictly sticking to the books that interest me. And to be quite honest with you, there's not a whole lot lately, which is fine. I mean, that's just for me personally. There's a lot of different books on Free Comic Book Day, just like there is every week when you go to your local comic shop. There's a lot of books for everybody. Not everybody has the same taste. Not everybody likes the same kind of books, and that's what makes collecting comic books an amazing thing. So here's the few books that I picked up on Free Comic Book Day last month. I grabbed that, and I always grab these, the Archie comics. I don't know why I always grab them. I never read them, but since the beginning, it's one of those things. I've always grabbed them, so I'm probably always going to continue to grab them. Also, because I always grab the Marvel ones, I grabbed the Ultimate Universe Amazing Spider-Man one. Didn't read it. I don't really have an interest in it, but it's one of those things. Of course, I have it. So with those two, the exception of the rule of, buy what I like, whatever. Here we go. This is the first one I picked up that I read and enjoy. This is the Energon Universe, setting up the next round of storylines for the Energon Universe. That's Transformers, Void Rivals, and of course G.I. Joe. Now this one here, this one is one of the ones that surprised me. This is the Godzilla, the New Heroes. This is a preview book of the first of the three Unified Universe titles that ID is putting out for Godzilla. And at first I was real nervous about it, because like, how is this going to work? How are you going to have one book with Godzilla in it? And two other books, there's Godzilla Deadlands, Into the Deadlands or something like that. And then Godzilla, Starship Godzilla, or something to that effect. Like, how is this going to work? And I didn't think it would work, but they had previews of the three first issues in this. I read it, and I'm a little less apprehensive about it now. I'm actually looking forward to it. Godzilla's new design, I'm still a little iffy on, but it's one of those things that I've not actually seen the new design in action, so to speak. So I'm sure once I grab that first issue and I see this new unit, it's a different continuity, and we Godzilla fans are used to having a different continuity, and no connections to anything else, and we're used to having a new look for Godzilla anytime we have a new continuity. So I'm going into it as a true blue dyed-in-the-wool Godzilla fan who just wants to see more Godzilla. So the last one I picked up is one really had no idea what to expect from this one. This is the Transformers Worst Bot Ever, and it's a Decepticon that transforms into a ballpoint pen. Like the most useless form ever. I mean, this is more useless, I think, than Soundwave's original form. But this is a preview for a graphic novel that's coming out, I think, in July. Either the month of June or the month of July. And it's very cartoony. It's childish humor. It's childish artwork. I don't want to say childish artwork. I say it's artwork. It seems like it's a book that's geared towards a younger audience. Having said that, it was very entertaining. I was really apprehensive about it. I almost didn't read this book, but I'm glad I decided to read it because it is fun. It's nice. It's sort of like those of you who remember the Marvel Superhero Squad show, where you had like sort of the cartoony versions of the Marvel heroes and the kiddie humor. That's sort of what this is like, and I enjoyed the hell out of that show. So I think I'm going to enjoy this. I went ahead and ordered the graphic novel for it, so we'll see what happens. All right, so those were Free Comic Book Day books. Let's move on to facsimiles, because we have quite a few facsimiles, starting with Archie's Girl, Archie's Girls. This is Betty and Veronica number 320. This is the first appearance of Cheryl. That's that chick up there in the corner there. First appearance of her. So I kind of wondered what this was all about because the cover didn't seem to have any kind of innuendo, which seems to be all the covers that they're reprinting now. So, but this is the first appearance of a major character. She actually had a really interesting role in the Archie horror series. If anybody's read the Vampironica and the Jughead the Hunger and Afterlife with Archie books, great stuff. And Cheryl had a wonderful part in that. Moving on to DC facsimiles, we have Batman number 616. I'm still behind on this one, but I have been reading this Hush storyline, and I can honestly see why this story has the respect and the adoration of the fans that it has. I've never read it before, but damn, it's a really good story. And some amazing covers, too. Jim Lee always knocks it out of the park. There's 617, which also came out last month. They say they're trying to slam through that series in order to move on to something else. We also grabbed Brave and the Bold, number 57, first appearance of Metamorpho. Again, these are the sort of books I pick up because I like the covers. I like the old school look for the DC covers. I'm not going to read them, but I do like having them. Here is More Fun Comics, number 73. I believe this is first appearance of Dr. Fate. Another fun cover there. We've got Our Army at War, number 151. Little Sergeant Rock action there. Gotta love that. And then a little book called Fantastic Four, which means we're in Marvel now. Fantastic Four, number 5. Nice Doctor Doom appearance there. I believe that was his first appearance. And then Fantastic Four, number 48. Very iconic cover, and this is one of the reasons why I like facsimile editions, because there's no way on this planet in this timeline that I'm ever going to be able to afford an original of these. These facsimile editions come in handy for that. I can have the book. The only thing that's different is the UPC code and of course the modern era Marvel logo there. But besides that, this is an exact replica of the original book, and I love it. They're reprinting the Galactus trilogy, which introduced Galactus and the Silver Surfer to the 616. It's great. And the last facsimile I picked up, Uncanny X-Men 135. Always one of my favorite covers. I always like these covers where the logo becomes part of the picture. One of my favorites, of course, is cover of Lobo when he had his ongoing series, and it's he's fighting a vampire character, so he's stabbing the vampire character with the logo of his comic book. So if anybody's going to use their logo as a weapon, it's going to be Lobo. All right, so moving on to, I don't know who puts this book out, but this is that miniseries that I've been picking up called Pinup Apocalypse. Very much tongue twister of a title, and it's a series that takes place sort of like in the 1950s. So you have the squeaky clean boys and girls and everything, and then there's a zombie apocalypse, and of course your main girl is it cannot let go of the fact that she's got to look pretty even though there's an apocalypse and everybody is dead, and then she teams up with the 50s era biker chick girl, and she's more let's just get the hell out of here, and you know, the other girl's like, I gotta look pretty. They've been doing these issues 1 and 2 had the Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 homage covers. Issue 3 didn't have an homage cover, but the story is good and I wanted to pick it up. So I grabbed the chick cover, the hot chick cover. I'm sure when this video shows up on TikTok, if it shows up on TikTok, they're gonna throw a fit over there, or when I put these pictures up on TikTok, because that platform has been kind of crappy. Return of the Living Dead number 4. There we go. Kind of a, just a regular zombie cover. This will make a neat black light cover though. And now moving on to Energon Universe, we have G.I. Joe number 7. I think I just basically grabbed the regular covers for these. And G.I. Joe's still actually pretty good. I'm really enjoying it. And of course, I am enjoying the hell out of Transformers. It's issue 20, so we've only got 21, 22, 23, 24, yeah, 25 issues of Daniel Warren Johnson's work left on this before somebody else takes it over. And I'm really eager to see what the new writer and new creative team does with that. And then Void Rivals number 19 with Retgar, bringing in the Junkions into the Energon universe. I love that. And wrapping this up with Godzilla. There's a few Godzilla books here, so let's just get into it. Mothra number 3. Nice cover there. Continuing from ID. Now, the reason why, and there's been some questions of why I refer to IDW as ID. It's because of their new logo. Their new logo absolutely sucks. I mean, I think my 3-year-old could come up with a better logo than this. So this is the new logo, that right there. That's supposed to be IDW, but if you look at it, when you first look at it, it looks like ID. But you gotta look at it close. You got the I, and then the D. There's your D, and then if you cover that up, you have the W. It's the dumbest damn thing ever, but whatever. They're still doing my Godzilla comics. So we have Godzilla Heist #3, and this is the 28 Days Later movie poster homage. I'm just grabbing those covers for this one. Godzilla Here There Be Aliens, which wraps up the Here There Be Giants, rather the Here There Be Dragons or whatever, this trilogy that they had. Now Godzilla jumps over to Marvel. I picked up the Godzilla vs. Spider-Man foil cover because it looks amazing. I love that cover. Godzilla faced off against the X-Men. So I grabbed this cover. Now this one here wasn't that bad, really. I mean, I enjoyed it. So far, it looks like the Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four was the worst one of the bunch. I think that one mainly suffered of the fact that it just wasn't a whole lot of space in that one shot. They should have expanded it, maybe made it a double-sized issue, or made it at least a 2-issue miniseries. I like this one. This one kind of reminds me of the covers that they used to have in the graphic novel line, like God Loves, Man Kills. It seems like that, that kind of artwork there. Then I grabbed, and we're almost done here, grabbed this one here. I'm loving these Godzilla crossovers. And finally, Godzilla, the Fight Night cover, Godzilla versus Wolverine. And that wraps up all the books I picked up. So, as promised, here is the graded book that I picked up. This is, of course, from Lockwood's Loot. My good friend Cody Lockwood has has like an online thing where he sells comics, sells graded books as well. He works with CBCS, so all of his books are graded through CBCS, which I have no problem with. I don't understand. I mean, I can understand the brand loyalty. I do totally understand that, but I don't care either way. Now I'm a big fan of Ghost Rider, the original Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, and the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. All the ones that come after that, I couldn't care less about, especially the Ghost Driver, the one that rides the car. I don't really care for that character at all. But the one book that I put above everything else, me personally, like my main comic book, is Ghost Rider. At the time, it was called Volume 2, Number 1. Came out in 1990. It is the first appearance of Danny Ketch. So I managed to grab this from Cody from Lockwood's Loot. This is a 9/4 CBCS graded book. This is Ghost Rider #1, the second print. Now I have an ungraded second print. I have the ungraded direct market and the ungraded newsstand. So now I'm thinking about trying to get graded direct market and graded newsstand. So I have all of them just because I love this cover. To me, this is the most iconic cover to me because this is the book that got me into collecting comic books, and you always end up going home. But there it is. It's a 9/4. I love it. I'm very, very happy with it. First appearance of Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, one of my favorite books of all time. Second printing. Also the first appearance of Death Watch. Great book, great series, great character. I really wish Marvel would go back to basics with Ghost Rider. Just eliminate all this nonsense, all this crap they have now, and just go back to basics and have just 2 Ghost Riders, or maybe even just have one, like do something else with Danny. But whatever. All these Ghost Riders we have now are just unnecessary. But that said, those are the books that I picked up in May. Again, I do apologize for not having a video at all, but life happens, and sometimes it gets in the way, and you just got to learn to go with the flow. So I hope everybody had a great new comic book day. I hope everybody had a great free comic book day, and you're still getting getting some great comic books every week from your local comic shop. Please support the local comic shops. They need you now more than ever with everything going on with Diamond. But that said, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Thank you for getting me. I'm around 300 subscribers now, which is great. I had 300, now I'm at 299, so it's kind of going back and forth, but it's great. I'm slowly making my way to 1,000 subscribers, so I think by 2030 I should have about 1,000 subscribers. But that said, everybody, thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time with another weekly haul video. Bye.